Hey guys, Rob of Sound of Music here. How's it going, guys? I wanted to give a brief update on the podcast slash channel, whatever, because we haven't posted in a while, and I just want to let you guys know what's going on. So, first of all, number one, we haven't, abandoned the podcast or anything like that. We've both been really busy. I just finished up moving. I got a new job and I moved, and the last month or so has been really crazy. And I also go to school, and that started up too. So there's just been a lot going on in my personal life. And I know Andrew's also been busy. His semester started at work as well. So he has been busy doing his day-to-day thing as well. And yeah, we just haven't had a ton of time. That being said, we just the other day recorded the fourth episode of our King Crimson discography series, which of course covers the 90s and early 2000s era albums. That is done, but I have to edit it. So we will hopefully have that up relatively soon. I'm thinking maybe by next week or the week after the latest. And after we do that, we are planning to do the final episode of our King Crimson discography series, which of course will be the roundup episode. And that's where we will give our thoughts on all the albums, and we're going to give you guys both of our top 20 King Crimson tracks, our sort of definitive King Crimson best of, or the starter pack, or whatever you want to call it. We're going to be doing that as well. So that's going to be a really fun episode. We hope to have that a couple weeks after that or whatever. And then as of November, I just got off the phone talking with Andrew about this now. We are going to be starting the next band, and we discussed this in the next episode of Sound of Music, so I apologize if it is repetitive once that is posted, but I'm just going to explain it to you guys now. In order to be kind of more user-friendly and more creator-friendly, since it's been difficult for Andrew and I to carve out this time, and for us, just so it's easier for us to be more consistent, we're going to be changing up the format of the discography series. And what we're going to be actually doing is, instead of trying to break the band's material up by different periods, we're just going to go album by album. So in other words, every podcast is going to be one album of that band's career. And of course, we're going to go chronologically, naturally, right? So, in other words, the next band we do, the first episode is going to be their first album, and then the second album, then whatever. And we're hoping to have it down to like somewhere between, I would say half hour on the my cat. I would say half hour on the shorter end of things, and an hour on the longer end. So we're hoping like an hour max per podcast, which I think is a bit more reasonable for people to actually consume as well, rather than big 2-hour chunks. So that's basically what's going on moving forward. And like I said, we also have other ideas. We've talked about this in the past on the podcast, of other things we want to do with the channel and with the podcast. So that will open us up, I think, to be able to do that, because we'll have more time. So I just want you guys to know basically that we're not dead. We don't plan on abandoning this thing, and we enjoy doing it. But we're busy people. We're adults. We have other things to do. I also have a channel that I do that's all gaming stuff. That is my main focus when it comes to like my extracurricular kind of things. This podcast, as we've mentioned many, many times, is a hobby of both of ours. We do it because we want to do it. We do it because it's fun, and we just do it when we have time, and that's it. So, as always, guys, I really appreciate, and I, on behalf of Andrew as well, we both really appreciate you guys even just tuning in and listening to the podcasts and everything. And we hope to see you soon. Also, we are going to be changing up the format on how we actually record these podcasts, and we're hoping to branch out to more platforms like Spotify and whatnot as well. But that's also probably not going to be until at least the next discography series too. So more on that in the future when it's actually said and done. But until then, guys, we really appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the next podcast about a week or so. Give us about a week. Until then, later, guys. Adios. Peace.